This one truth will change how you see your life forever, because one choice creates your entire path. If you're looking for motivation, wisdom, and life lessons, take the path of purpose.
What are my biggest regrets? And how can I learn from them? What are my biggest regrets? And how can I learn from them? That's not a question many people want to answer, but it's one that every soul must face, because regret is part of the human story. If I've lived at all, if I've dared, loved, lost, failed, tried, I carry some form of regret. It is not weakness. It is a mirror. And when I have the courage to look into that mirror, not to judge myself, but to understand myself, I begin to transform. Let me say this first. Regret is not the enemy. It's a teacher. The pain I feel when I think about what I should have done or could have done differently is not a punishment. It's a signal. It means I care. It means I have grown. And it means I still have time to change. History is filled with people who turned regret into redemption. Think of Nelson Mandela. Regretted the time he lost in prison, the years away from his family. But he used that time to reflect, to learn, to prepare for a greater mission. Think of Malcolm. She looked back on his early life and saw ignorance and misdirection. But instead of being defined by his past, he used it to fuel his transformation into a leader. Regret only has power over me when I ignore it, when I push it down, when I lie to myself, but when I face it, when I ask, what is this regret trying to teach me? Then I reclaim my power. So, what are my biggest regrets? Maybe I regret the words I didn't say, the apology I never gave, the love I never expressed. Maybe I regret the risks I didn't take, the dreams I postponed, the chances I missed, the safe path I chose over the bold one. Maybe I regret the times I hurt someone because I was angry, afraid, or careless. Maybe I regret the way I treated myself when I believed I wasn't enough, when I stayed silent, when I let others define me. Each of these regrets carries a lesson, but only if I'm willing to listen. Psychologists have studied regret extensively. According to research by Dr. Neil Rose and others, the most common regrets people express are not about what they did, but what they didn't do. Inaction weighs heavier than mistakes. Lost opportunities, words unspoken, roads not taken. And why? Because we can't fix what we never started. We can't rewrite what we never wrote. That's why one of the greatest regrets, as found in studies and hospice interviews, is this: I wish I had lived a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. That one hits deep, because it reminds me how easy it is to betray myself, not in one big moment, but in 1,000 small ones. When I say yes to things that feel like no, when I smile while I'm breaking, when I try to please everyone except myself. But here's the power in that regret. It shows me how much I value authenticity. It shows me that deep down, I want to be real. I want to be whole. I want to be free. Another common regret: I wish I had kept in touch with my friends. That's not about popularity. That's about connection. We are wired to belong, and yet, in the busyness of life, we drift. We prioritize tasks over people. We assume we'll always have time, until one day we don't. But that regret, it teaches me the value of relationships. It reminds me that time is short and love is long. It calls me to reach out, to reconnect, to forgive. There are also regrets of moral failure. I wish I had spoken up. I wish I had done the right thing. These regrets don't just haunt us, they shape us. They remind us that our conscience is alive, that we are not just products of our past, but stewards of our future. So, how do I learn from regret? First, I face it. I stop running. I stop numbing. I stop pretending I don't feel it. I name it. I say it out loud. Because what I name, I can own. And what I own, I can change. Second, I reflect. Not with shame, but with curiosity. What was I feeling at the time? What did I not know then that I know now? What need was I trying to meet, even if I met it in the wrong way? This is not about excusing, it's about understanding. Third, I forgive. I forgive others if I must. But most of all, I forgive myself. That doesn't mean I erase responsibility. It means I stop carrying the weight of self-condemnation. I remind myself, I am human. I made a mistake. And I can make amends. Fourth, I act. Regret without action is just rumination. But regret with action is growth. Maybe I reach out to someone I hurt. Maybe I finally start the thing I've been avoiding. Maybe I set a boundary, speak a truth, write a letter. Maybe I simply do better today, because today is the gift regret gives me. Regret says, you messed up but you're still here. And that's the beauty of being alive. I can change. I can grow. I can try again. Think of someone like Oprah Winfrey. She speaks openly about her early life poverty, abuse, trauma. She could have been consumed by regret, but she turned her pain into purpose. She used her story to give voice to others. Her regrets became her platform. Or look at people recovering from addiction. Many carry deep regrets about the years lost, the relationships broken, the harm caused. But many also become counselors, mentors, advocates. They use their scars to help others heal. Their regret becomes their redemption. I can do the same. Because regret is not the end of the story. It's the turning point. So if I regret the time I wasted, I can use my time more wisely now. If I regret the love I lost, I can love better now. If I regret the chances I missed, I can be braver now. My regrets don't have to define me, but they can refine me. They can teach me what matters. They can humble me. They can awaken me. And if I let them, they can transform me. So I ask myself, what regrets do I carry? What are they trying to teach me? How can I make peace with them? And how can I use them to grow? Because in the end, the only real failure is refusing to learn. I will make mistakes. I will have regrets. But I will not let them become chains. I will let them become roots. I will let them deepen me. And maybe one day, when someone else is struggling with regret, I'll share what I've learned. I'll remind them they are not alone. I'll show them that it's never too late. That's the legacy of regret, not pain, but wisdom. Not shame, but strength. Not paralysis, but purpose. So if you're listening, if you're hurting, if you're carrying regret, know this. You are not broken. You are becoming. And your biggest regret can lead to your biggest growth, if you let it.